All right, Mike D back here with another hot spotlight. Today we have a very special guest, Toni T.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We had you in recently with John Hope.
Yep.
You know, because we had the track you guys did together. We got to play that on the air and talk to you guys a little bit about that. That was super dope. How's that been going? You've been getting some good positive reaction from that?
Yeah, I feel like people have responded to it really well, especially during the drop and then with Hot 106 premiering it. Mm-hmm. All of it was just in perfect timing. So I feel like it was a great release.
Yeah,
good
it was.
First release.
Definitely. And like obviously John Hope is like family here, and now you're becoming a family member, so we appreciate you coming back. You've been very busy.
Yes.
Music dropping, a lot of things going on.
Yep.
So how's it feel to kind of have the EP out and having like seeing the first, the reaction from people as it's been going out there?
I think it's really cool because there's a part of me that was like really nervous about how short this project was, but at the same time, that's what an EP is all about.
Right.
It's just a little taste, as you shared earlier, of just what I have to offer. But what's also cool is the response that I've gotten from the people.
Yeah.
Everyone likes it so far. They like it. They love it. I haven't gotten any negative feedback. If it is, it's like more so constructive criticism, but not even that. People really enjoy the tracks. They love how short it is, or they want more. And so I think that's a great problem to have.
It's a very good problem to have.
Yeah. So they're looking forward to hearing more. And I think what's even better is the fact that because it's so short, people are like playing it over and over just to get their fix. And I'm not mad. So
yeah, you sound a little surprised by that. When you were expecting some more pushback, or people, critical, too critical sometimes, or
yeah, I don't know. Like just watching how people are critical of artists in the industry, like I don't know. I think I'm just aware, and I want to be aware of both sides. Just kind of just to prepare myself a little bit.
Right.
And if I'm honest too, I'm always really hard on myself, so I want to be better and do better.
Yeah.
And so even with this project Phases, like listening back to some of the songs, I'm like, oh, I could have did this, I could have did that, but I'm glad that I did it because it's enough, and I can work on, the new stuff and just add to it how I want to, for real. So, so I'm happy. I'm proud.
That's good. You should be
excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything sounds great. I love what I heard. It's really, really dope. And like you said, the shortness of it allows you to kind of like play it back over and over again and really be able to digest the music instead of trying to like, sometimes there's such thing as getting too much.
Exactly.
So it's good. It's a good introduction to you. But speaking of introduction, for those who never heard of Toni T before, why don't you give us a little bit about your background, how you got into music?
Yeah. So I started singing. I say 8, but it was definitely before that. 8 was when my mom was like, "Oh, you could really sing," and I was like, "Yeah."
This isn't just like singing in the shower.
No,
you know what I mean, it's like this might be a thing.
Yeah, like I was out here writing my own songs and many notebooks that people gave me. When they give you a gift for your birthday, they'll give like a little princess diary.
Yeah.
I'm writing songs in that, and from doing that and just pretty much memorizing songs that I would hear on, TV or on the radio. I'm in the car with my sisters and my mom and my dad, and I start singing Amazing Grace, like just casually,
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yep.
And my mom's like, "Oh, wait, you can actually sing." And in my head, I'm like,
Shout out to moms.
You know what I mean? Shout out to moms for saying that, because after that, I was like, oh, yeah. And then from there, I just started singing in church every Sunday with the track, because Lord knows I couldn't remember the words long enough to without the support.
Yeah, I still go through that.
Yeah. We all need a little help.
Yeah.
And so in doing that, I just kept going. And I knew that it was more than just a hobby, not just for my mom and my dad's confirmation of me being able to sing, but graduating middle school, I was planning to go to St. Mary's Bayview, the all-girl school.
Yep.
And my very strict principal, shout out to Mrs. B, I went to St. Mary's Elementary School and middle school, and she literally came up with a pamphlet for JMW, School of Performing and Visual Arts, and was like, "You're going here, and I'm talking to your parents." And I was like, "Oh,
okay." Yep.
Not an adult like forcing me to continue in music.
Yeah, but that means like it goes to show a lot about you, though, because not only your mom saw the talent in you and she kind of pushed you to be like, oh, wait, you can really sing, and got you involved singing with the church, but also you had a principal, another superior, another person kind of looking over you, a mentor, and saying like, no, we're going to bring you here because you really need to hone in this talent.
Exactly. And it just kept happening that way to a point where there was like a music school in Galgo Court, the courts in Pawtucket, and there was a music school next door to my grandparents' house that just like appeared there because it wasn't there when they moved in.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we're hearing music through the walls and we're like, what is that? Mm-hmm. We enter in and there's instruments there for the kids in the courts to like come through and learn an instrument and do voice lessons. And I'm telling you, like, things just kept falling into place. So it was destined for me to sing. And so long story short, that's pretty much how I started.
Yeah.
And I just kept going. But I didn't end up releasing music to the public until college, where I was being a feature on some of my friend, his name is JJ, in college. And he decided, you know what, I'm going to do this rap thing full time. He's like, yo, can you write hooks with me or for me? And so I started doing that. So I was featured on stuff for a little bit, but I only released my very first project, which is called Because of You, in 2022.
Wow.
23. Because we're in 20. No,
we're in 23. Yeah, no,
listen,
trust me, I forget.
Time is a hot mess for me right now.
I forget what year it is, what day it is,
Not
every
for
single
real.
day. So yeah, it's the same thing. Sometimes it's bad because I'll book things and I'll be like, wait, that was for 2020. Oh, wait, what year is it?
Right.
I'm like, is it 2 years from now, next year, or is it this year? I have no idea.
Yeah, if it's not on my calendar, if I'm not looking at it, I'm a mess.
100%.
But yeah, March 2022 is when I released Because of You. And that was me going public, even though I've been doing this for years on end. Yeah. So
that's dope. So, I mean, prior to releasing music and kind of recording a project, then were you putting pen to pad and record and like kind of putting songs together before that, even if it wasn't meant to be recorded or you didn't know how to get to that next step?
Yeah. I mean, I would hit the studio, like I said, with my boy JJ, but in regards to like my own personal work, I would just record it in my room. Yeah. So I would always upgrade my phone whenever I could, so that way I could get better, audio quality. And then I would use that to like get my vocals recorded, lay down the lyrics and the melody to make sure that I, remember it. And then just kind of build off of that. And I literally would record myself on my phone and then record the harmony to that on my MacBook when I got that. So that, and then I just kept doing that process over until I could hear what the full song would sound like with all of my parts in.
That's dope.
And so when I got the chance to really hit the studio, it was a wrap. Like, cause I'm not wasting studio time.
No,
I'm going in
not.
there.
Yeah, it's not
with
cheap.
Every part, it's not. So with every part already laid down, and then if I wanted to add other things because I can hear it in its fullness and it's already mixed and mastered, I'm like, oh, let me go back in and do this part. And then at that point, it's just for fun now. Right. So yeah. So I would record everything in my room.
That's awesome. And I know obviously you get older, life changes, your songwriting changes, different life experiences. But how many of the lyrics that maybe you wrote down in that first notebook have lived to see the music career?
Just a few. Just a few. Because one thing is like, if you think too hard, it can come off corny. Right. Like the wordplay is the corniest you'll ever hear. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to keep this in the voice notes. Yeah, but you know what? That set the groundwork. You know what I mean? That was the building blocks. That's what got you to, to progress as a songwriter and as, to create music. So you got to start somewhere. Exactly. And so I will say, though, that there are a lot of gems that I pulled from those sessions in my room that are going to make it. But another thing for me is that I wasn't writing to tracks for a long time. It was always just me coming off the top of my head, just thinking of the melody, and I would just like write. So in a sense, I wouldn't want to say that I'm kind of moving backwards, but I have to find musicians to create that live music experience in the studio and to really hear what I'm hearing, like what I hear in my head. Kind of put it all together. Yeah. And so a lot of the stuff that people will hear that I'm releasing in these upcoming years or months or whatever, they are projects that I've been able to collab with, producers and stuff, which is really cool. And even some YouTube producers that I found. But the stuff that I really want to like work on, I gotta put a band together. Yeah, so that's interesting because there's sometimes people think it's like, hey, I wrote this song, let's go put it, go record it over a track. That's not how it works. When you're putting a song together, you need to have sometimes it takes a team effort. Yep. So how much of that was that a learning curve for you? Because obviously starting kind of alone in your room, creating the melody. What was that first experience like getting really into a studio, working with the team, and making a track? Yeah, honestly, it was exciting and exhilarating because it brings a different type of energy. So hitting the studio for the first time in college, I was very nervous.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, snap. I actually never liked hearing my voice back.
I don't think anybody does. For
Nobody
some reason.
does.
Yeah, nobody likes doing it. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time now, and the same thing. I hear it back sometimes. I'm like, oh,
you're like, ew, why did I even say that?
Brutal.
Cringe. Yeah.
Who's listening?
Exactly, right.
Why?
Yeah. And then funny enough, I went to school for broadcasting. So it's kind of like, girl, you have to hear yourself back to get better.
Well, I mean, you have an amazing voice to begin with. Talking voice, singing voice. So you have nothing to worry about. That's for damn sure.
Thank you. And so, so I mean, hitting the studio for the first time in college was really exhilarating because there's also an energy that you've kind of feed off of from other people in the room who love music in the same level or fashion that you do.
Right.
That changes the game because before in my room, it's like, okay, I'm vibing off of my own energy based off of how I'm feeling, whether it's sad or I'm really happy or I'm really hopeful or I'm inspired by another artist that I watched on TV. But like, and that's enough to, create a song, right? But the ideas that come from other people that influence how you write or what you write about, I think that's the coolest thing ever because I tapped into a space of being able to write for other people as opposed to myself when I'm in the studio. So writing a hook for my boy who raps is like, okay, I have to get into my rap bag just a little bit. Just kind of think of how y'all would think or, okay, what's the situation? What's the story about? What story are you telling? And now I have to put myself in their shoes in order to write a hook that's fitting for that.
Right.
And so.
Is that fun for you?
I like it.
Yeah, you like doing that?
I love a good challenge.
Because I feel like this, I mean, think about so many songwriters in the industry and there's a lot that people don't even realize how much they're involved.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, like for some of the biggest artists in the world, and it's because of their ability to channel that other person and then put it on, put a track together for them.
That's a big deal.
Huge.
And I never really, I don't know, I guess I never really thought about how big of a deal it actually is to have that ability to do that. But I'm owning it. I think it's the dopest thing to be able to say, I'm putting myself in this person's shoes and I have no idea what you're experiencing, but I think that is an opportunity to build a relationship with someone or to connect. The ability to connect deeply with somebody in just a moment's time or within a few hours to write a song that then can resonate with thousands of people.
Yeah.
That is a huge deal. And so the honor is unbelievable. So I'm humbled to have that capability.
That's incredible. And that was kind of your bridge, creating music with your friend in college and writing hooks kind of was your bridge into creating your own work. We want to talk about that. Phases.
Yeah.
It's out.
Yes.
That was an exciting time for you. Still is continuing to be an exciting time for you. You had the first official listening party for that.
Yep.
Where you performed, I think you said seven tracks, right?
Yeah. I performed 7 out of the 11 tracks at this show. And it was a time.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Nah, for real." When I say that,
it must be the best feeling. Like I can see it in your face too. The way when you talk about it, it's just like a proud moment. You know?
Yeah, because going on like a tour to kind of introduce people to your music, that's cool and fun. It can be a little awkward at first because nobody knows what. They're like, I don't know this song. So now you're battling. I don't know this song. Like, I don't know the words. And I also am trying to get into it, but also learn to see if I like it. And then if I do, it's already over. Now I got to go listen to it and hopefully I can catch you again at another date. But for this show, I think what was really special is that it was at home. Well, in Rhode Island. And it was really great to see the people that I love who either knew the music or just got put on that night, but like memorized the lyrics enough to sing along with me.
That must be crazy.
In real time.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. And then to see like hotel guests, because we did it at the Aloft Hotel, which I kept saying Aloft. And then every time I said that, everyone around me is like, oh, Aloft.
Aloft, I know.
I'm like, why are you guys pronouncing it like that?
Put the emphasis on the wrong syllables.
Yeah.
You know?
So it was really dope to just see people respond excitedly, but like just so they too were inspired to like go after what it is that they want to do. Yeah. And just to have them singing along, I'm like, damn, y'all caught on fast.
It's crazy.
I love it here.
When the we call it an earworm, when it gets that bug in your ear, it gets stuck and you want to continue to sing it. And that must have been fun for them too to be a part of it because to witness the beginning of a journey, or to see the culmination of a journey kind of right there in front of them.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing to see live in person.
Yeah. And so to get that feedback was really cool. People texting me left and right, like, oh, I see what you did here. Okay, lyrics. It just warms my heart to know that people really resonate with the project. And so the opportunity to do it live with a real band also just elevated the experience of the EP, mainly because my goal was to release it before I had the show. There almost was a time where I had to release it after.
Right.
Just because of just the behind the scene works, things didn't look like it was going to work out in time, but it did.
Yep.
And I was so grateful because then the band was able to create different grooves or, just adjust the melody a little bit to kind of, give a little variation to amp up the crowd a little bit more. And so the fact that we were able to switch it up for the live show,
right,
it pushed them to want to listen to the EP more. And so, I mean, the tracks are still great, but like if you miss the live version of it,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's different.
It's different.
It's like going to see a show. Like, any artist you've ever listened to, you go see them perform live. There's some that can do it and there's some that can't, So being able to hit that and you get that reaction, that's got to be one of the best feelings. Because performing, it's not nothing new for you. Like you said, you sang, sang in front of people for many years.
Yeah.
So now being able to do it to your own original music, is there a different type of pressure doing that though?
What?
Yeah.
Like greatly.
Yeah.
Because like, damn, I have to be better than what the track is, right? So making sure everybody in the band is good. Y'all good? Y'all remember the beat? Yep. Okay, great. And then for the vocalist, and then for the vocalist, it's like, okay, let's make sure these harmonies are tight. And then for myself, I gotta remember my lyrics. And singing live, it's funny because in the rehearsals, I'm like moving around the room, I'm doing everything, and I got my lyrics down. And then the day of the show, fun fact, the very first song I come out, it's great, everything's cool. The second song that hits is Surreal on the live show. And I literally had to turn to my sister and I was like, how does the beginning go?
Uh-oh. Give me the first, give me like the first two and I'll remember the rest.
Real. Yeah. She looks at the lyrics and she's like, and she sings it back to me and then boom, I turn to the mic and I just start singing it.
That's so funny.
It's like you need a reminder, and if I'm honest, it's like the adrenaline hits.
Oh yeah, it's so different. It's so different.
I was so excited, but it was so much that I was like, wait, how does this song go? And as the band's playing, I'm like, it sounds familiar. Right? But like, give me the words. Give me a key word. And
then the rest fills in,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once she did that, I was on go for the rest of the time. So, it can get really exciting, but like, I get so excited that I'll forget a lyric or two.
Well, that's like anything else, And I remember, especially doing this job, sometimes you get put on the spot. You go blank, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, the adrenaline, your heart's racing, especially the first few times I was on a microphone. You're thinking about not swearing. You're thinking about not offending anybody.
Not for real.
You're thinking about all these things, and you're just like, and then you just kind of blank. But once you get comfortable, once you get going, the rest just kind of flows, and it's all good.
Oh, it's history.
Yeah.
It's done. It's a done deal. So I love that. And also the crowd, even though for the people that didn't know the music, they were just happy to be in the room, and they felt the love. And just, they just felt all the good vibes, and which encouraged me because it was like, all right, which again, like I said, had my adrenaline racing, and I just love that we were able to feed off of each other in order to secure a good night. So yeah.
And I've been so fortunate to talk to so many talented artists from Rhode Island, and I mean, it's just so much talent here, and it's been such a joy to kind of watch the journey of so many either people that have been doing it for, a lot of years and they're starting to see that really, that turn.
Yeah.
Or the people who are really at the beginning and then talking to them and hearing their journey. What's different about all of this being an artist from Rhode Island, and why does it feel like it's such a tight-knit community? Because everybody supports each other as far as I know.
Yeah.
Like the majority of people that I talk to, they all know each other. It's like, they got this going on. Yeah, I was at this, this listening party. Why is it different here?
I think it's different because we are smaller. I mean, being the smallest state. So it's like, you have to support the other person. What are we beefing about?
Right.
There's nothing.
We're all trying to win.
Exactly. And there's also nothing to compare to. Everybody is like different. Like, and there's a reason why they might have a different crowd or a similar crowd. But nonetheless, it's like the quality of the work is good.
Right.
Like it's good quality. And so I think that speaks volume coming from a small state. The opportunity to support each other is endless.
Right.
You can't go without hearing about somebody for too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. You have no choice. Even if you wanted to, there's no opportunity to do that. And so it's like, why not just dive in and be a part of I honestly believe that, like, Rhode Island is becoming a great creative capital. Like,
it's huge. And it's only getting better. You know, it's
with
been
time.
I feel like it was something that we always knew the arts, you know, as far as, like, you know, you got RISD here, and then you had some successful filmmakers come out of here, but the music scene has existed for a long time, but I feel like it's just at such a great time right now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just talent, like super, super talented people.
Oh, yeah.
Making a name for themselves. It's great.
And I think it's important, too, because all of us inspire one another, whether we think about it consciously or not, to release our work, whether it's with the visual arts, the performing arts.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's like an encouragement.
Fashion too is huge, huge around
like
here.
Like a big deal. And to see whether it's a celebrity or just another person that you may work with rocking somebody's clothing line, or they're listening to another artist in the city, their music. I mean, that's so encouraging.
Definitely.
And so we have to really be there for each other to build each other up so that we can keep doing it, especially for the next generation.
Yeah.
Because I will never forget when they try to shut down music or the arts in schools.
Crazy.
And the commercials that were like, fight for the arts. And I'm like, but why do you feel like it's necessary? I understand that the funds may not be there, but there are too many people who want to do it for the free.
Definitely.
Because arts really does matter. And when you think about it, if it was canceled, what were we going to do during COVID?
Of course.
Like,
you lose out on all these festivals because, you know, there's a lot of, it's crazy. It's crazy to even think that it wouldn't be funded or existing, you know?
And I feel like people really underestimate the power of art. Mm-hmm. And I think it's necessary, important, and it's crucial for us to support each other to do what we were literally created to do.
Of course.
Which is to inspire, build up other people through the gift that we've been naturally given.
That's it.
So, like, yeah, it's only right. It's only right.
It's an outlet for people. It's not even just like building a life or a career off of it. There's so many mental benefits to the arts and to music. I mean, for me, I was not given with any talent to sing or perform. That's for damn sure.
Listen.
But I have a passion for it, and I enjoy music in so many different genres and so many different forms that I could never even imagine not having it in my life.
Right.
You know, like it doesn't. I wouldn't exist without it.
Listen,
you know?
I can't go when a place is quiet. It's either because I need it to be and my mind's going, but if it's not, I'm playing music.
Yeah, it's music.
There's music playing all the time.
Yeah, I need to get the dishes done. You better believe something's got to be on. Yeah,
like,
something's got to be on.
I'm queuing up that playlist before I hop in the shower. Like, something has to happen. And so, honestly, like, music is such a I don't even know. Music
it's just a powerful force that, you know, that some people are blessed to bring it to us, and then the rest of us are just blessed to have to be able to
receive it,
receive it and receive that gift that you know, they were given, including yourself.
Thank you,
because we're super excited for you, super happy. Phases is out. Go stream it now.
Yep.
I'm sure it won't be the last we hear from you. Do we have anything planned for 2023? We're in 2023, by the way. I know we were having a tough time with the years earlier.
Listen. Yep.
Yeah. But anything planned for this year or heading into 2024?
No, I think one thing about me is I'm the girl who loves to move on to the next thing, like right away. But I'm really trying to rest in.
You should.
I'm trying to rest in phases.
Yeah.
Trying to soak it up as much as I can. And
you're in this phase right now. This is the phase you're in. Yeah.
Exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, I'm trying to really rest in the phase of phases. Like, and I want to share it with more people. And so that is the goal for 2024. And actually ending this year, because even though the year's moving really fast, I want more and more people to hear phases and to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And then once that time is up, we'll move on to the next phase, which will be a single.
There you go.
Or a whole new project.
Oh.
But I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. It's all about getting in that creative space and seeing what comes up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We love that.
I'm ready.
We're very excited with Toni T. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure we'll have you back in soon.
Yes.
You let us know. You've got a family here now. We're always here to support, and you know, we're excited for the next part of your journey. Go stream Phases right now. Toni T, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.